Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I got a new video here. This is a 2002 Porsche Boxster S. I'm going to be replacing the intake manifold gaskets and pretty much the plenum gaskets and kind of like a connection in between the manifold that comes in the kit. So I already have the soft tap open, or convertible tap. And in order to do that, you need to apply the parking brakes, hit the ignition on, and just work the lever to kind of like pull the lever open. That will bring your windows down, so you have to have the windows completely up. And then in there, just press the button. The opens and closes the rooftop. Alright, so let's just start over again. I don't know what I left because I got interrupted, but so I was trying to say, how you open the convertible, and you're looking to open the convertible around like 12 to 14 inches, from the front, and then you're gonna have to work with this on the back because that's where the engine is located. That's your access to work with this car. So sorry for that shake. Let me show you how or what you need to remove in here too, because you got to open the canvas and remove some of the covers in there, which I didn't show in the last video that I have from the Porsche when I was replacing the spark plug tubes. And I found this. I did the smoke test. This is the same vehicle. This customer is a good customer. He wants to keep the car looking good. I also replaced the convertible top on this one. I know I should have recorded that in there, but I mean a video of that, but I didn't. So this camera has two links. It's like a wire with like a link at the end that you just need to pull, and that's going to let you fold this. So make sure before you fold it that at least the camera, this is no glass in here, so it's a little easier, and then you can pull this up. Oh, sorry, I forgot that you also need to release right here. That is like a dust stopper for anything to go inside, And after this, you can just lift this up and keep it here. Sorry for that, guys. Hopefully it's not that noisy. Let me turn the screen so I can see what you guys are looking at. Yeah, I know that hose is very noisy. Make sure the level on the microphone is down all the way, so otherwise I will catch a lot of noise. Alright, so in order to remove these panels or covers in here, this is the plastic. You lift and twist. The first one will come out. This is kind of like a storage when it's all together. That's why this is here. Let me put this away. And this has, like a door, so you can open and store the stuff in there. So I'm gonna put this on the table, which this time is right behind the camera. And now we have the same thing here. Another cover, just lift and turn. This is just like a carpet cover. It's like a 3-stage cover here. So we can leave, this is just a carpet, so we can leave that here on top of the convertible. And now this is the actual engine cover. It has 5 tabs. These are metal. You just lift up and turn to, kind of like 90 degrees. Can I get that with a glove in my hand? So you will feel when it releases. to be turned a little more than 90 degrees, as I said. These are a little threaded then. Alright, this is off, and I'm gonna put this on the table. Okay, now let me relocate you guys so you can see what I'm doing. 1 second. Let me stop the video 1 second, guys. Alright guys, I decided that I'm going to remove the wing so I can get a little bit more of a room to work, and for you guys as well too. These are very easy to remove. You gotta do is lift this up and then push forward, like wind deflectors, or I don't know. It's just plastic frame, so you gotta lift and then push the front out, which kind of like hooks into the front bolt in there or nut. And in here we got, it's just 10 millimeters. Make sure you got already a set space for this, which that's what I'm going to do right now to set that up. So 1 second, guys. Alright, clean the table, but I'm going to set that up. Now let's remove those nuts. I mean, I didn't mark in this one, sorry, but you should, if you are removing and yours doesn't have a mark where these spoiler or wing is set, make sure that you mark around so the lid, it will close perfectly where it was. In my case, I don't need to, because it has a very strong mark on it. Alright, this should give us a lot more room for you to see and for me to work. You have to be careful when you're working on this car, because you're going to lean on them a lot. So I usually use this so I can, lay down and it's not going to be tired for me. I also use a special belt that is covering the buckle, so it's not going to do any scratches. By the way, it's very hot today, so I removed my working shirt. I have a t-shirt under, so it gets very hot. Alright, so first thing I want to do is try to clean this a little bit. I'm going to make a mess on the floor, but I clean that after, because I like to clean as much as I can, blow air here, so I want to stop the video, do that, and show you after. So that's what I'm going to do. At least, yeah, definitely we have a better view for you guys. Like if I approach the camera here, or even, I think this might be the best. I will see when I'm ready to record. Alright guys, I clean as best I can, at least with everything installed. As you now can see, this is now visible. I have all this new. Let me show it to you what I have parts wise. Everything came from the dealer. Customer tried to bring the parts, and that didn't work because he only got one gasket, and this uses more than one gasket. Okay, now I can see what you guys are seeing. Alright, so you need 4 of these ones, which are these rubber connections in between the manifold and the throttle body too. And you need 6 of these ones. Again, these are the ones that came from the dealer, and what I got from the customer, I mean, obviously he doesn't know. He just went online and probably just saw one by itself, and that's all I got. So we ordered for him. They're not that expensive, and then I can get to finish the job. Now let me put this away. Also going to put a tray here somewhere where I can put the bolts. Ooh, one thing I need to clean is that seat on the back. Got a little splash. So good to have a wet rack. Then thought about, the car open. That's not bad. A little bit has this little opening here. And when I was cleaning in there, I also noticed that it looks like a rotten, a small mouse or something. It's living on this car. He hasn't complained of any chicken lot or nothing like that, related to like a bed wiring or something like that. So hopefully that's not the case. So this is number 7. And pretty much the same thing on the throttle body. Good thing about this is I can put at least a ratchet in here without being afraid of scratching the car. This is a number 8 on the other side. Talking about mixing bolts, and that is OEM. Without a doubt. So at least for now, I'm gonna keep whatever tools I'm using in here. As far as I remember, this was a little hard to fit into the throttle body. Yeah. Look, it's no clamp. Oh, wow. And a little sick from these temperature changes. It's not helping me either. Alright, so what I can do to help me, probably get a pry bar. Sometimes a steady force is better than what I'm trying to do, If I can get this somehow there. Yep, you see? So the secret is working smart, not working hard, right? Well, let's see how we can get this one out. This is a little funny design. I know I got it out last time, so yeah. I'm gonna put this away for now. Here, I got another kind of table that I use to put the parts. This back I don't need. Hopefully I don't hit the camera. I can put this close to me too. Alright, so now we can disconnect the throttle body connector. I'm gonna have to change this lobes. They're too big. These disposables are a little better for working in areas that you got oil and so should have done this without, I mean not in the video. I think I'm gonna have to because it's hard, they're new. Alright, I got the gloves finally back in my hands, or in my hands. See, with this one you can feel better what you're doing. And I got that out, no problem. Got a number 10 here. That is, if I remember, the bottom of that has to be disconnected too. The extension for that. Right, these are Allen. And this is a number 5. I like to keep a rag so I don't transfer all this oil into the tools. Alright, we got it. And that was my mirror. Got the throttle body, which I cleaned last time, out. Well, at least the mirror didn't land on the floor, didn't broke. And we're going to be removing all the intake complete from both sides and the center. So I will start with this one so you guys can get to see better, and that will also allow me to remove the connections on the center and work with better space on the other side. So we can move this a little bit that way. I don't think I'm going to need this Allen no more here. And number 8, 3/8. We can lose. Oh, this is actually number 7, right? Those clamps we will be reusing. All those are stainless steel, good quality. And intake looks like I might have very good access all the way from here. Just need a longer extension, probably the ones that lock the socket in place. So I'm gonna get it. Yep, it should work very good. Just looking around to see what else, normally you will need to disconnect. I got a sensor in here. Looks like it's being held by the manifold. You can see a vacuum line attached to it. Those are the ones you have to be very careful with it. There's another wire that goes from like here and goes in, so I'm gonna have to be just a little careful when I'm bringing this up. Especially, it's a 2002, so you can bet that you're working with like brittle wiring, brittle hoses. Again, I'm just looking around. I like to be careful around, manifolds and so on. This is definitely not original. Somebody put this just to hold his hose. I'm going to cut that off. Yeah, the good thing about those extensions like this is that holds your socket without, being worried about losing it. I mean, that will fall on the floor, but wow. That was a tie bolt, and I think this battery is dead. Alright, let me go and get a spare one. Put them on the charger. Let's see. Yeah, they come out good, no problem. Get a magnet to get that one out. Just remove 2 bolts and a bracket in there. The bracket was supposed to be holding a hose, but the hose in the connection or Christmas tree thing is out. That sensor, I'll be able to pull it up. Looks like it just clips in there. I'll show you in a second, guys. I'm trying just not to break it. I'm gonna get a hook. See if I can move that around. It does have a clip on the bottom, or kind of like a hook that connects onto the intake. Okay, got it out, and then I'm just going to drop it in there. So I have to disconnect those vacuum lines. Perfect. Let's disconnect more and more. And we have a PCV valve or hose. Very how can I say it? Very stiff. Feels like plastic. And this one goes from valve cover to valve cover, and that is going to be in my way. Let's see. This one I probably better disconnect from here too. I'm gonna have to try to work myself around. When you're working like this, you cannot waste too much time thinking. Sound, you guys? You can hear me good? Yeah, I think so. I seen about, this wireless microphone. When I connected to the camera, it actually gave me like a meter on the screen that I can see like how much noise or if my voice is being recorded, So that's why sometimes, time to time I go and turn around and look at the camera, make sure batteries on the microphones are still on. You guys can hear me too. This has a small rim here. I think going for a while, so we can leave that there, at least for now. Try to open the room to see. That back looks very tight to get it out. Alright, so in the center, again with that sensor in there, and that brittle holes, there's not much I can do. I mean, I'm trying not to break anything. It's not even giving me room. I have to see if I have any connection that I can remove. Alright, time for a new glove. That's the only thing I don't like about this disposable gloves. They're just so easy to rip. Easiest way, blow on it, make it look like a balloon, and then get your hand in there. Especially these ones, I think I got it too small for my hands. These are medium, which is the size that I get, on the other gloves that I use. And I think I should get large on the next box. I mean, this is already open. This wasn't so bad to put on. Alright, this bolt is giving me problems. Let's see what else we have at the end. And this type of car, you're gonna have to work a lot with mirrors. We got one right here. I can get that one from here. I can actually see with the light here. Out with the magnet. So it looks like I'm just missing one. So 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2. Yeah. It's really not that bad if it wouldn't be for that hose. It's giving me a headache. So let me push it. I got it. Doesn't want to break anything too, right? Feels like it's still attached with something. Oh yeah, I got three. Got more bolts here. So this is also holding the injectors on this side. It's going too fast, too easy. I'm going to change that lock and extension to a shorter one that I brought here. This one seems like it's not going to be that much of a problem. And that one just fell. I don't know where. I will find it later. Right here. You know what, let me take a look with the mirror and see if I really need to remove this. If it's attached to the intake, which it is, I don't really have to. I mean, I'm gonna have to unplug all the injector connectors, no doubt about that, but I don't think I need to remove those bolts. So you need to disconnect them off, which is right here next to the air filter housing. Wow. If wanted to. You can hear the clip, but it's not releasing. So let's get that hook tool. See if I can move that clip from underneath. Alright. So what I was doing is just going with the pick from underneath and just with this motion, right, to help the tab open, and then you can pull. It all works every time. I keep that one here. Now we need like a pin puller to disconnect the wiring in there. This is definitely tight space. Just thinking on remove the air filter from here too, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to remove it. I can see a bolt here and a bolt here, but I'm not sure if that's going to give me enough room to get it off. Because whatever I remove here, and it makes me easier to work, is good. So let's try it. Number 10s. And it feels like it's grabbing by something else. Take the air filter to see if we can see something from inside. That's the air filter. My knee is already starting to feel the position that I'm working on. Alright guys, let me stop the video a little bit because I think this is becoming a little bit too long. And as soon as I get that filter out, I'll let you guys. Let's start wiggling the intake, and actually it came off, it popped out. So I'm still, got the air filter loose. I haven't done anything in there. But this one came off. So at least that's going to give us a little bit more room to see. So we got an actuator here for the front one. We can disconnect this intake hose or vacuum line. Ugh, this is a mess. We can set out this on the side. At least with this now we can see how much we need to really disconnect or not. I got this hose in here, very brittle, very tight, so I need to get on your side, guys. And this is supposed to be easy to disconnect, which actually it did, so never mind. Now it came out no problem. Same thing. I'm setting on this cable that I have right next to a car that I have right next to me in there. Let's get these boots out. What a mess. And one of them, I was seeing that it has actually a connection for this hose that goes here. Is attached to the bottom of that one. So be careful when you remove that, not to break that little one-way valve that is in there. I'm talking about this side, guys. It's a little hard for you to see. So let me try to pull the boot out, which I already have. Okay, perfect. And be careful when you're pulling that off. Right, in this case it come up from here, so this is the one-way valve. So I'm going to leave it in here to install it in the right way. Or when I install it in back, it's in the right way. Alright, now we can see better. Maybe you guys can see what I'm going to pull, but in here, it looks like we got a mouse living. So I will be vacuuming that, not now. I wanted to work with this, see what I can disconnect to get it out, because I wanted to clean this very good. I wish I can leave those injectors in here. These hoses are so like plastic. There is no room to maneuver in here. Yeah, this is a big mess. Alright guys, let me try to deal with this a little bit. At least you get to see how is that apart. Let me get you a close look of the other side. So how am I gonna do this? Let me just bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to give you a closer look of what I'm doing in there for at least a second. So that's how it looks in there. Again, this is the driver's side where the air filter is, and that's the passenger side. And look at what a mess inside there. I still gotta try to find those connectors for the injectors, or remove the injectors from the manifold and leave it in there. Try not to disturb that fuel line. And that's what I'm going to do now. So let me relocate you guys and stop the video. Alright guys, I think I had it pretty much ready to go. Just going to show you or tell you what I have disconnected. Okay, the filter, forget about it. You don't need to. It has a bolt underneath that you don't really want to go there. So I can reconnect the map or leave it on, either way. So let me. Okay, you're hearing. Okay, so what I did is I removed the other ball from the injectors. I pulled the whole uh, tube of the injectors out of the manifold, so that gave me more room to maneuver because these fuel lines are super brittle. Um, there is a connector for these other hose in here that goes to this. It has this electrical connection, and it has also a clamp under the intake. It's a number 8 that you need to remove. So one other thing that I haven't thought about it is that actual really brittle hose that I have from side to side, because I haven't been able to see a connection on that, and that is the only thing that I have left. Because as you can see, the manifold is pretty much out. I thought victory too soon. Alright, let me lean this way and see what we got here. Oof. The manifold is a one piece. Get another bolt in there. Let me remove that one before it falls. It's kind of weird. I thought I removed that one already. That was the other one. This hose that I'm moving is the one that's gonna be, or it's giving me headache. And it's a very, very plastic feeling hose or tube. Alright, that's the other intake bolt. Come on. I really have to see where is that attached. Hate to work in cars that are like a mess like this, but I mean, that's the life as a mechanic. Working in diesel is even worse. I used to work in diesel and I moved to gasoline for the same reason. I mean, your hands, your face, everything is full black. I cannot even see. I need to change this light. So again, sorry guys. One more turn. Alright, we're going out to the other side. I found, by moving the intake in there, which I probably will show you when I remove the whole manifold, that there is actually a quick connector like the one we see on this hose. Let me just put this here because I'm going to be needing this. I'm going to use another tray for here. So like this type of squeeze connector is on that brittle. I thought it was brittle. It's actually a tube. Probably they do that because it's a very long and stupid design. So now we're going to work on this side. On this side we got the auxiliary air pump that I think I'm going to remove. I got a connector in here that I cannot even see, and this bracket is going to stay. So you know what? It's such a stupid design. I was going to remove the pump, but truly, I mean, this bracket is welded. Look, I cannot remove that bracket. So even if I remove the pump, I'm going to be gaining zero room. The story of our life as a mechanic. I need this. Not sure if I want to use this one. Kind of small. There's not many bolts in here. This thing is amazing to remove connectors. Wow, that I can, now that I'm in this side, I can see that, yeah, some sort of a mouse or something is having fun and living in there. This guy has 3 cars, so he doesn't use this one too much, and the other one. So That's what happens when you don't move your cars too much. Nature will proceed to take care. So what is this sensor? Okay, air temperature sensor. Just slides in here. Yep, that's what it is. So we can leave that connected. So it was going to be like a vacuum or something, and it's not. Alright, so we can take the grommet out. Let's try to see what we have here. It's going to be in our way to work. And also I need to know where that connector for the pipe is on this side. But let's start to remove those 10 millimeters. That whole thing taking place. And this is the kind of stuff that, I mean, you cannot really charge a customer the same as a book, because every single car, let me finish what I was trying to say is, I mean, 2002, working on this is not as the same as when this car was new. Everything is brittle, everything is dirty, everything is harder, so you have to count a little bit always on that. It's fair for you. I mean, you have to talk to the customer if he wants to do the repair well, otherwise, don't do it. Because look at all this mess I have to clean. I'm not going to leave that. You guys know me well. I'm going to leave that. So, but the good thing with these customers, he trusts me and he knows that I do a good job. So that's why he's here. All right. Barely took this one out. And what I did with the magnet right here, keep that mirror here because I know for sure that I'm going to be using it. Looks like it's still threaded in. Attach. I want this to fall. Yeah, you guys, I think got a good location on the camera this time. Hopefully you can get to see. Am I too far away? Yeah, I think you guys are not looking at too much of what I'm working, so let me get that camera out a little bit, kind of like zoom in. Yeah, I think that's better, because you guys were not looking too much of this side. Sorry for that. Again, these are just the boring intake manifold gasket, bolts. Got a phone call. Alright guys, I have removed more stuff. Not much, but let me tell you what I did. So I got from the actually our air pump and this valve in here, I removed the connection that goes over to like the throttle body. It was just in the way. This gets connected to there. And I also removed, we have this pipe in here that goes into like, this is most likely the oil for the, you know, to fill the car, or the oil on the car. And it goes up to here. This is attached by 2 bolts. You have to be very careful. It has a connector, you know, like not really a connector, like a hook on the top and a hook on the bottom where these hoses are attached. I'm just trying to make as much as room for me to get the other side intake out. I also disconnect these hoses, pretty much disconnected on both sides. This gets connected into here underneath, which is actually also on the way to get the last bolt, or not the last, well, the last on this side for the intake. And now I am removing the last one, I think, on the back. Hopefully I'll be able to pull this out of the way. I need to move one side to get that tube out so I can get the manifolds out. That's why I start recording again. It's taking very long. It's very tight space to work. Everything is very dirty. Alright, for this I was just using the ratchet. So you got one here, but I think that's gonna have to come out with the manifold because it doesn't want to come out. Actually, I got it out. If I am correct, I got nothing else. I already, disconnect the injectors on this side as well, or from the manifold. Yeah. Alright, so this is off. It's off, but it doesn't make it any easier. There's so much crap around these two manifolds. I mean, working for this with this outside, it's not such a big deal, but here it's definitely not fun. Just fishing that hose out, trying to see if I can remove this manifold without breaking anything. Yeah, this is my way, and so is this. What is that, 12 or 13? 13. It's just the ground coming from the starter, which is right here in the center. Alright, so put the nut right back in there. I'll have to be looking for later on. Alright, try to make as much as room. Please get out. Looks like I might need to remove this because that will give me a little bit more room. And that is 10. Should probably have it in the tray. Nope. Some extension and ratchet. As you saw, that one is not even coming the right way. And now one coming the right way, the other one did not. Let's get a vice grip to see if I can hold that in place. No, actually, not a problem. Now I can see the connector better. I need a pick. You push and you get out. Okay. Put that here. That probably will give us the room that we were needing for this one to come off. Perfect. And that is beautiful. Okay, that is a win-win. Nothing broke on this side. So let me put this mess somewhere. Wow, that manifold is just covered completely in oil. Let me get these gloves out of my hands to let my hands breathe a little bit. They're so sweaty from using those gloves, but alright guys, for this job I would recommend you to get newer rings for the injectors because I mean we're removing it, so we're gonna need to get those new. I'm going to cover the holes for the valves in here with just paper towel. I don't want dirt or anything to fall inside the valves. Just one in each. Fluid is not really that much of a problem because no matter what, I'm going to clean this very well. Alright, and see, this is the hose. I mean, they attach it so well. Hopefully you guys can see. Yeah, so right here we got a clamp that is under the manifold. This is where the alternator seats your belt in the front. You have a cover in between the seats that you can remove anytime you need to remove the drive belt. It's not fun, so just get ready for that. So I need to remove now this clamp in here, because I need to move that hose out of the way to get the other manifold out. Gonna use my regular gloves. The nice about this one, they have fabric on the top, so your hand can breathe. It doesn't sweat as much as with the with the other ones, with the blue ones. All right, so everything, even being a mess, is not going so bad. I like to use different trays so I don't mix one side with the other one. That will make it easier for assembling. Okay, so this hose is completely off, or this pipe, I don't know how to call it, if it's a hose, a pipe. Alright guys, let me relocate the camera on this side so you can get to see better, because I gotta work no matter what on that side. Alright, so let's keep going with this. Feel happy at least that I got one out. Can get this out of here. I don't think I need tools now. Just putting a little bit of my tools away. Okay, back in business. Alright, that hose is giving me a headache, and it's completely unplugged. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to try to lift it from that side and pull it out, because it doesn't seem to be easy. And it's completely removed. I like to keep rags always to clean. Alright, so just trying to get it off without breaking anything else. This hose is in my way, and it has a connection. Yeah, I have to actually, no, I can leave it in there because I can go around it. Yep. Okay. I have to disconnect the positive wire of the in the starter. We'll see. Let's see if I have any marks yet. I'm moving some of the dirt. Got into the other side, which I always keep very clean. And that's what I am, leaving marks. And that's not the idea. Alright, so we got it clean. Perfect. That can wait. Not gonna go out for just phone calls, no matter who it is. Call me back later. And we can try to lift the injectors. My God, there's so much crap on this side. I definitely need to get this hose out with this manifold. It's impossible to get it out with it. I mean, without it. So let's disconnect the starter. And since that is the positive, we need to isolate our wire. Make sure I'm gonna make a spark. I grab a 12 and I think that's 13. Still doing the same. Got to climb from the back. Remember, this is I have not disconnected battery. I can do that in the front too. Should probably do that, you know. Let me do that first. I'm not even sure if I can now disconnect that. Let's just isolate this one. Forget about it. I recommend you, if you're going to do it, to disconnect the battery first. I didn't, so don't follow my example this time. But I'm telling you so. This is a very good electrical tape. This wire is just full of oil. Trying to clean it so the tape grabs. Yeah, that's better. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Ooh, okay. We're still in business yet. Haven't unplugged the microphone. I haven't lost the sound, so that's very good. I like this wireless microphone. So far it's working very well. I know the audio is not the perfect quality, but guys, I have to work with what I got. I can go, you know, slowly buying some things to produce the videos, but sometimes it's a little hard. Okay, so now I need to be on this side. Okay. That can stay there. This wire we can route it someplace else, so it's not gonna be in my way. Trying to pull the manifold, but definitely that hose is not letting me. Hopefully you guys can see a little better. I forgot to tell you, you need to disconnect this wire. It's on top of the injectors on this side. Just be careful with this one. So what else is on my way? Not just this hose. So this whole problem is, for now, that pipe. It's so brittle, so hard to move, and the way they route it through the injectors, I mean, please think, they should have made a flexible connection on this side, or at least in the center. I mean, why you didn't do a connector in the center? You can remove the hose and that's it. No, they work, you know, with the engines outside, a lot of space. They don't care about us mechanics and the customers, because I mean, at the end, who pays for all this? The customer. Alright, so that's looking better now. Need to get this steel. Alright, so this is the connection for the photo body. I have to route it from the other side. Move you over this side. Yep. So I don't have to disconnect anything else. How about you? Yeah, I can put you there. And how about this wire? This wire is gonna be a problema. That is a problema, but hopefully I can fish this one out of here. Ugh. Trying not to break it. Alright. Because I might be able to start wiggling it and get it out of the intake. Yep. Now it's out, and I got the other manifold out. So again, that's the way it looks. And let me put this mess right here on the table. What a nightmare is that pipe. Is the one that makes this like 30 times harder. Let me put some plugs into those holes. Same thing, just paper towels. Avoiding any hard material to land inside. That can cause a problem in the valves. Again, liquid is not an issue. You can always blow it out dry. It will get burned. But if a bolt or something goes in there, that can be a problemo. That you don't want. Just take your time and do it right. So this is our mouse house. Hopefully he's not in there. Somebody home? Anyone home? Looks like it's not. Like a bite. Alright, let me dump this on the garbage. And I'm gonna get you a close look, now that everything is removed, on how that engine looks. And this will be, again, part one, removing the intakes I'll show you when everything is clean on part 2. Alright, so let me get you guys a very good look at where I was working. Sorry for all the shakiness. I have to get the camera tripod down. Alright, so the light is not really helping too much, right? Especially not in there. Alright, hopefully you guys can see all the mess we had in here. That is, the mouse was living under the AC compressor. This is this side, full of oil and everything is still. And I'm gonna have to go to do a very good cleanup. Let me turn this light off if I find the button. Got it. Alright guys, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and wait for the part 2, which I think is gonna be very interesting too. There's not many videos about these repairs, at least not in high quality and explanation. The things that you have to be careful. If you guys need to know anything else, just let me know. Alright, have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks a lot for those guys that are supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot.